The next speaker is, I think he's not here yet. The next speaker is Riley MacDonald. Yeah, he is here. And he is an experienced senior solution architect in company Qlik, or if I pronounce it correctly. And he will tell how to empower analysts with no-code machine learning solutions. Riley, you're welcome on stage for your talk.
Okay, you can see my screen? Good. Yeah. My name is Riley MacDonald, and I'm working at Qlik for about 5 years now, and I want to just go through how we see how we can empower analysts with no-code machine learning and having them use more data in their day-to-day work. So I'll start off with this slide. Maybe someone can say, okay, what do all these images have in common? They're all things which there's a lot of demand for it. Fortunately, not as much supply for it as we'd want. And of course, for data scientists, we notice on the market, it's hard for companies to find good data scientists. So therefore, we think it's really important that we're able to kind of leverage the data analysts in your organization so that they can do more with data. So maybe the question is, okay, how can we do that? How can Qlik help do that? And for that, I kind of want to jump into some of the kind of the issues that we have with data analysts when they try to use more data to make more informed decisions or do things like machine learning. So the first kind of issue, of course, everyone knows is kind of getting the access to the data, to analytics-ready data, data that can be used to solve these kind of problems. Regardless if you actually have a project with a ton of highly qualified data scientists, it's usually very difficult to get the right data in the right place at the right time. So for this, we have some solutions for that. So I'd like to kind of talk through those and how the Qlik platform can help you solve some of these issues to get the data in the right place at the right time. So we have a fully cloud-based platform which called Qlik Cloud. And in this Qlik Cloud, we have something called the Qlik Data Services. And there's kind of like 4 main pillars of what it does. It can help you deliver data in real time from different sources. So whether it be kind of something data locked in on premise or also cloud data sources, and helps you land it in your data platform of choice. So that could be something like Snowflake, Databricks, or Amazon, Google, Azure, etc. So we can help move that data in real time. And once it's there, we can help you transform it as well and make it actually, that raw data, ready to be consumed for analytics or for machine learning. And when the data is there, we also have a catalog which can help you, which helps basically the business analyst or data analyst go in and find that data, consume it, search for it, and use it. Maybe just to show kind of how these pipelines are built, it's all in kind of a low-code interface as well. So users can onboard different data sources. We use kind of log-based change data capture to do this, to move the data into the platform of your choice. So this is kind of just showing how that pipeline would look to deliver that data. And then you can add things like an integration layer or a data mart or some custom output. So regardless of what kind of strategy you're following, if you want to build a lake house, kind of following this like kind of bronze, silver, gold strategy, or if you want to build something following data vault principles, or if you just want to prepare some data in a custom way, we can do that with this kind of transformation component. And here's an example of just what a data mart would look like as well. What's important is that we don't actually, at this point, when you are able to do all this, we don't actually bring that data into our platform. We're just pushing down SQL into the data platform of your choice. So whether that be, like I mentioned before, Snowflake, Databricks, or any of the cloud vendors. So you can really take advantage of the scale and flexibility that you have with those data platforms. And then, yeah, for the business, of course, most of this stuff is kind of handled more or less by data engineers or database analysts, this kind of building these automated data pipelines. But they can make it available to data analysts, which is very important. And there, you can look into our catalog where you can then see those data assets and consume them and use them. So this whole process is kind of designed to be very agile and flexible so that data analysts can get access to data quicker and easier than ever before, and kind of in real time as well. And of course, as I mentioned, a lot of that stuff is more for data engineers. We also have capabilities for data analysts that they can also curate their own data, so they don't have to always rely on the data engineer to do these tasks for them. So we also have kind of connectivity to over 100 sources and kind of visual prep tools, I would say, to do the last mile of data preparation. So if they want to do some kind of last mile preparation to prepare for machine learning or to analyze the data, then they're able to do that as well. And within this kind of data Qlik cloud, which we also have a BI tool, which allows you to kind of consume that data, visualize it, look into the insights so that people can understand that data more, so the data analysts can really understand the data. Because what we see is, you know, if you don't have a good understanding of the data, then whatever you do regarding machine learning and stuff, it's not going to be giving you the best results that you want. So yeah, then that's basically how we kind of try to answer this issue with how do you get this data in real time to where it needs to be with our Qlik Data Services platform. Then another challenge that we see a lot, and this is more towards the machine learning, is okay, if you want data analysts to create models, then there's a lot of different tooling that they need to use, and that can be sometimes difficult. That's why we've embedded AutoML capabilities into our cloud platform. And this means the data analysts, which may be consuming dashboards or visualizations, etc., in this same platform, they can also create machine learning models using our AutoML capabilities. So we make it a lot easier for them to do this. So just kind of show a little bit this interface, what it looks like. The users have access to this catalog, which is kind of connected to this full end-to-end data pipeline. And they can use that data in the catalog to then go ahead and train a model. And we try to make it very easy. It's very much designed for data analysts that they can just upload their data. They don't really have to do any kind of major prep to the data as you would. That gets done automatically. So we try to, for example, do automatic feature engineering and things of that nature. So certain columns will be ignored due to high cardinality, things of that nature happen automatically. Also, the types of algorithms that he's going to train for this also get selected automatically. And you can deselect different ones as well. Or if you want to do hyperparameter parameterization, that's also possible. And in the whole interface, we try to really explain what's happening. Why are certain features being ignored? What kind of data preparation is being done or pre-processing, so that the data analyst has a good idea what's happening when they're using this tool. And essentially, all they have to do, and this is a bit of a longer showing all the special features, but the idea is hopefully that they can just drop in their data that's been curated on their data platform from our kind of real-time data pipelines and select a target, and then they can go away and run the experiment. So when they run the experiment, then all the training will start happening for all the different algorithms that they selected, and all the different settings as well. And once it's there, you get also as well kind of all the different scores, all the different hyperparameters that have been tested. And Qlik AutoML will select automatically for you the best model that it has. Of course, you can also check out the other models and maybe change some things as well. So that's basically the model creation. Very easy. The other issue we have with data analysts is, okay, how can they understand these models? You know, they might not have a very strong background in machine learning, so it can be difficult to understand it. This is an important point for us. We try to make it a little bit more explainable. So, for example, we do things like make sure that you can see the SHAP values, to see the feature importance, to see really what's the key drivers behind these models that have been trained automatically by AutoML. And even when you use our APIs later, when you deploy this model, we deliver this information for every record so that you can actually kind of see, even on a record level, the different influences that the features have. So we put a lot of emphasis on that so that it's a bit more explainable, the AI that we have. And finally, you want to be able to deploy models. So that's obviously a big issue when testing and training these models is how do I move it to deployment? How do I start using it, consuming it? We make that very easy as well. In two ways, of course, just here, deploying a model is very easy. Basically just one click, and you can name your deployment. You can add it into a project space where different people can collaborate. So you can have different data analysts, data engineers collaborating in this same space. You can have machine learning models and maybe as well dashboards and things of that nature all together, or data files or catalog items. And you can use, at this point, once you deploy it, you can use the real-time API prediction. Or you can go back to that catalog and create a prediction. So you basically, if you trained your model using the historical data, then you can give your model a new data set, and it will automatically create a prediction for that. So here I'm just selecting the same data that we use to train the model, which you would never do in production, but for a demo, it's fine. And you can also choose, for example, if you want to have those SHAP values for every record, and it will automatically be kind of linked into the data that's already existing in your catalog. And of course, you can schedule this to automatically run as well. But here we're just doing it on the fly. And then essentially you have your data set enriched with these new predictions from the model you created. So very easy workflow that any data analyst can follow. And mostly aimed at kind of supervised type problems. For more complex problems, then we do have other integrations with other platforms like Databricks or DataRobot or any of the cloud vendor solutions. So it's not that we just believe that for these supervised learning use cases that we're the only platform. So if there's other more complex use cases, then we have integrations for that as well. And finally, the other thing that I think adds a lot of value is being able to embed these models that have been deployed. And like that could be something that's been done in Qlik AutoML or in another platform into a usable kind of dashboard or visualization so that users can play with those models, use them. Even a data analyst, maybe someone even not with this skill set of a data analyst, can be exposed to these models and can understand the influences those features have. And in this case, for example, we see a customer, they have a high likelihood to churn. One of the key impacts is the plan type that they have, and the end user can, in the front end of this dashboard, change that plan, and you can see exactly how that might affect the customer on their likelihood to churn. So I think it's very important that you can have this capability that everyone can kind of play and use this model in an easy way. And not that these models kind of just stay stuck on a platform or on someone's notebook or something of that nature. So yeah, that's all I wanted to go through today. Hopefully you got a quick overview of Qlik and what we're capable of doing and how we can kind of bring raw data in real time into the data platform of your choice. And then on top, we have some pretty strong analytic capabilities and AutoML capabilities to help get the most out of that data for data analysts in kind of a low-code, no-code environment. So yeah, thanks for taking your time, listening to me, and yeah, I guess any questions?
Thank you very much. Are there any questions? That's not the case, as I can see. Thank you so much for showing the insights and the potential of Qlik product.